Hello and welcome everyone. In today's Trivial Tidbit, we're going to take a look at that classic adornment, the pearl necklace. Why? Because deciding to include one in a brief story told by one of the characters in my latest book sent me down a rabbit hole that made me realize I know next to nothing about pearls. So, if you've ever pondered the origin and popularity of the Jackie O staple, you'll want to keep watching. Thank you for joining me once again. I'm Emily Harris, author of STEAMY historical romances, and on this channel I provide information about all the fun historical tidbits and inspiring people, places, and things I come across in the process of creating my books. In my latest book, A Haunting Love, I got it into my head I wanted to have a character mention a pearl necklace in a story they tell. Of course, me being me, I couldn't just mention the necklace and move on. Since I write historical fiction, I tend to be paranoid about making sure that the time period and location in which an item appears are accurate, or at least feasible. Well, I knew the necklace itself wouldn't be a problem. According to the Jewelry Editor, an online luxury magazine focused on high-end jewelry and watches, pearls are officially the world's oldest gem. Pearls have been presented as gifts as early as 2300 BC and were considered a jewel of the ruling classes in ancient Rome. Where my knowledge was fuzzy, however, was location related to time period. What do I mean by that? Well, one of my characters was a sea captain. Now that I've said that, you'll know it's him who tells the story. I wanted to make sure that whatever port I decided to put him in would be likely to have access to pearl jewelry. My first thoughts were places like Japan, Hawaii, Tahiti, the places I see linked to pearls today when I visit jewelry shops or scroll through online options. I didn't realize none of these would be the best choice for my late Victorian era captain. Up until the early 20th century, the main source of pearls was actually the Arabian or Persian Gulf. Pearl divers performed the dangerous task of diving up to 100 feet to collect oysters, many of which would not actually contain pearls. The precious natural gems were a primary and lucrative trade staple for the region in the days before oil discovery. Unfortunately, rise in demand for pearls throughout the 19th century saw a drastic decline in their availability. Natural pearls are not a guarantee and were generally extremely difficult to collect. In the late 19th century, specifically in 1893, the first cultured pearl was produced by a Japanese man named Kokichi Mikimoto. It completely changed the pearl industry, and by 1935, there were 350 pearl farms in Japan. Since then, China has become the largest producer of freshwater pearls. So, you see, I could have made a grave error in sending my captain to Japan over 20 years before pearl production became a staple there. My readers would never have forgiven me, I'm sure. Luckily, I averted the crisis, and the captain procured his trade goods from a Silk Road port in the Arabian Gulf. I did also find some other interesting posts related to famous pearls and pearl jewelry, so for anyone interested, I'll link some of that information below. For today, we have come to the conclusion of this tidbit excursion, so thank you for dropping in. As always, if you found this video interesting, please remember to like and or subscribe, and until we see each other again, happy reading.